Co 3 here. Today's video is going to be a long overdue Mailbin. Lots of slab stuff in this one. So there is some raw. I think all the sports are represented at least a little bit. So we'll start off here with this pup. 2016. This is the prospect auto of Victor Robles, who has held his own this year. We'll kind of see, as the season goes on, how well he does or if he struggles more. But for now, he's racked up some stolen bases. I think he's got like 6 homers, 260 average. I mean, that's very respectable for a rookie. Here's an LT EX. Love the design of this one, out of 1,000. And that's in a PSA 9. It's in the Lighthouse as well. Bowman Platinum Stanton. I'm not a huge fan of this set. I know there's a Trout in this set. It's like just a prospect card Trout that has a pretty good hobby following. But I just liked it because it was a Stanton rookie and it was like $20 in a Gem Mint 10, so I picked it up. We've got a BGS Peyton Manning. Now, all the subgrades on this are 9.5 or higher, so I've got more respect for it. In cases like this, a lot of the time I just leave the card in the Beckett slab, so I'll probably just let this one sit. But Peyton Manning Bowman Chrome, love that set. Here's like a oddball one of David Ortiz, and it's kind of weird how it doesn't say Arias, because in a lot of his 97 cards it said that. But 97 best, like a low-end base card of David Ortiz, but it is from 97, and that is his rookie year, so very affordable price. I want to pick up some more David Ortiz cards, mainly from 97 to about 2000, 2001. Anything after that I probably wouldn't want too much. Here's a big card right here. So this is a kid that's really showing some superstar potential. Moncada he's on the White Sox now, but this is his Bowman prospect gold refractor from 2016 to 50, and it's got the 9 subgrade corner, so most likely a flaw that's a 9 with Beckett. If you try to send over to PSA, I think they usually flag it and they'll give it like a 9. So if I snap this out, I'm guessing it would still get a 9. So I don't know what I'll do. I definitely want it in the PSA holder, but no matter what holder it's in, it's still a sweet card. So that's the Moncada Gold. Another prospect. Here's a couple more prospect autos. A hometown kid. Here is Raul Mondesi, or Adalberto Mondesi. That was his name in 2013. Then he switched it to Raul Mondesi Jr. Then he went back to this because his dad got into some money laundering problems in the Dominican or something. So this is the prospect auto Mondesi. You can get these for like 40 or 50, I think, which is a good price for a kid that's. I was looking at his numbers the other day. He's on pace for 130 RBIs. That's pretty remarkable. I mean, he's not going to get it, but it's still cool. Moncada. This is the base one, and it is raw. So, from my experience buying these raw prospect autos on eBay and auctions, I mean, the majority of the time they come with they're scratched on the surface, and that's okay because you can't expect perfect cards when the listing says near mint. What you're buying is a card that's near mint, which is about an 8. So you can't expect PSA 10s on every card you buy. Score Superstar. This is cool. I didn't have it. It is a neat one. It looks like it would be a tough set to get a 10 in, and it was affordable. So it kind of met all the criteria for a Griffey to add to the registry, which I think I'm number 9. So it's pretty good. I don't think I'm going to move up much higher. There's too much competition in that one. And a lot of cards I just don't want. I don't want to just buy a bunch of cards I don't like to move up in a ranking system. Chipper Museum. This is just a sweet card. That's neat. Mint 9 in that chipper. Here's Acuna. Off to a nice start to his season. Here's the Bowman Chrome Gold from 2018. And this is all 9.5 subgrades. So Beckett 9.5. Maybe a snap can. Here's another Beckett one. Justice Sheffield. So we'll see what's going on with him. How old is he? Alright, so he's turning 23 in a couple weeks. Or next week. So this would be his Prospect Auto Gold Refractor. It was like 160 bucks. It's the 50. It's in good shape as the grade shows us. So I'll don't know what I'm going to do with that one. I'm not going to PC it, but I will probably resell that one. Soto Archives. It's a neat card for 20 bucks. That's his base from Archives. I like this one. It was like $1.50 plus shipping, and it's in the Lighthouse. This is a tough set too. This is the same set as the Derek Jeter, and if you know, the Derek Jeter's got like a 6% pop, and this Manny is a second year, but it's still like early Manny cards. Anything like 91, 92 to about 96 is the sweet spot for me with Manny PSA cards. Here's Nolan Arenado. Here's his Topps update. So this card has settled into about a $10 card raw, and in a 9, I think it's around 15. So sweet card. Love the classic Topps design, and these Topps update rookies look like they're gonna have a huge following. I mean, they already do, but it kind of looks like the rookie to have in a lot of cases. Piazza Donruss. This was cheap. Love the rated rookie, although technically it's a second year Piazza, but it looks cool with the rated rookie on there. Let me get some water. We still got a lot to go through. This is going to be a 20-minute. I haven't done a Mailbin this long in a while, but let's get some Edge stuff. And this was all from the same seller. He had them marked pretty high, but we worked out a deal. I think it was pretty fair for both sides. So this is the Elite 99 Aspirations to 95. It's numbered there on the top. It's got a sweet foil look to it. It's got like a red sun looking thing in the back. It's just really cool. And this is really neat. You know, it's a PSA 8, so it's not perfect, but it is a platinum medallion, and these are tough to come by, so it's 3 of 65. This is just a really neat card. So the background is kind of has a platinum look to it. So an 8 on that one, and then I think this is the last Edge. Yeah. This is cool. Bowman Chrome, the Interstate Refractor. And that one's numbered to 100. Of course, it says Refractor underneath the numbering right, the card number right there. And this was also an 8, but it looks nice. You know, it looks like it's centered pretty nice. I always like to buy the card over the grade, so it looks like a great card to me. And then here's a football. This was like 12 bucks plus shipping. That's an absolute steal. Peterson Finest 10. That's the base. Of course, this set's not the toughest set. It's got strong card stock, and it really isn't scratched up too often, so it's probably got a pretty easy pop. This is a neat one. It definitely needs a perfect fit sleeve, though. It's going to get scratched up. Frank Gore. This is the Topps Chrome in a 10 from 2015. He is a shoo-in for the Hall at this point. Is he 3rd or 4th all-time in rushing yards? So he's just kind of put together a pretty remarkable career in a day and age where the NFL has shifted the way the game's played, and the emphasis has been taken off of running backs, you know, put on spread systems and receivers, which, I mean, personally I don't like, but that's the way the league's going. And the running backs don't seem like they're compiling stats like they used to. So I think we're going to see less and less Hall of Fame running backs. Here's David Arias. So we talked about that a few minutes ago. This is the Fleer in a 10. This is just sick. And I looked the card over and it looks perfect to me, so I'm going to keep it. You know, if it didn't look perfect to me, I would sell it. That's how I am. That's how I collect. I want my PSA 10s to look like PSA 10s. Because, I mean, you're paying that premium, so you want to be, like, proud of your card and not have a 10 that just looks like a 9 or 8. Here's a Rivers Bowman. I have a lot of respect for this set just because I buy them raw all the time and I don't ever find one that's in perfect condition really. I mean, I've probably found one or two, but the odds are you're gonna have buy a 7 or 8 the majority of the time when you buy these raw. So just to get a 10 for 30, 35 bucks, stash it. Call it a day on that one. Leaf Griffey. Can't go wrong with this Leaf Griffey in a 9. So this is an old school slab, guys. This is like late 90s, I think. Few things. The PSA at the top, the font is much different. The 0, whoops, that glare's horrible. The 0, and then this foil thing was on the older cases. I'm sure they have like a, you can look up like the PSA history of their slabs and look at the first ones and stuff. I like these autos. These Hall of Fame autos on like Junk Wax rookies. They're just so sweet. And this was like 35 bucks. I mean, you can't beat that. So PSA DNA. I think it costs like 15 to get one slabbed anyway. So for this price, and I'm not a huge fan of getting the auto grades. I don't really care about that. As long as the auto looks decent and it's not like smudged, I'm fine with it. So Frank Thomas, 90 score traded auto. Here's a Stanton. So his stuff's pretty low right now. So I think if you like Stanton, it's a nice time to buy on the dip. Here's a Topps update in a 10. I think it was 40 bucks. It's probably less than that actually. So this next one was expensive, but it's a card you don't see a ton. It's like 50 bucks for this pup. Chipper 93 Fleer Pro cards. So PSA 10. This is would be a third-year chipper to me. I mean, if you count 1990, he's got some classic best cards. You could say fourth, but third year in a 10, AAA All-Star. So he was rocking through the system. I know. I think he hurt his knee or something, tore his ACL or something around 93, 94. Because he had to sit out a whole season. No, this is the authentic excitement. Loved it. You know, the grade's a little shabby, but it is out of 250 and it's Holt. Partial to Holt. I think he's a Hall of Famer. So he put up those numbers in an era. You know, it wasn't that long ago, but it was. The NFL was different, and he put up, I think, I don't know, 3 years or 3 or 5 years consecutive of 1,500 yards. I mean, something crazy. Okay, so we saw the gold refractor auto. Here's the gold refractor. Now this is of course much cheaper because it's not autoed, but I think as a collector, you don't have to have the auto. If you just get the gold, it's still an amazing card, and you save a ton of money. So here's the gold, all 9.5 or higher subs. So I am starting to stash a Moncada. And the ball when it hits his bat just sounds different, to me at least. So I think he's going to be a really good player. Mookie Betts. Topps update. I think I have this in a 9, but I just wanted to get a 10. It's a sweet card. You know, he's one of the best players in the game right now. Here's a random Sean Alexander card mixed in here. Sometimes I'll just go through a phase where I just type in running backs. I mean, you guys know how I am with tailbacks. There's a sweet spot for me because I've kind of been lost in the shuffle. And then when I go back to the ones 15, 20 years ago, those are the ones I like to buy. Lindor. No sparkle underglow. So I found this out in my, I bought a card raw for like, I don't know, 10 bucks shipped. And it had the sparkle on there. So I guess that's like the SSP and it's worth like 200 bucks. So I bought one. I don't think the person knew about it. So, and I was still learning about it too. So here's the Topps update. There's a couple of these. They're both Lighthouse 9s. So solid cards. Not perfect, but damn near close. Update Arenados. And then, love the rookies and stars, Randy. For around 25. This is an old slab. This set is definitely not the toughest from 98, but it's still an iconic must. His eyes are like shut in that picture. Look at that. That picture's funny. '97 Bowman Chrome Griffey. Love this one. It's like 20 bucks, but I don't think this set is a gimme. Even though it's got thick card stock. Not the coolest photo though. I mean, Griffey Bunning. Junk wax base nines. We've had a lot of that in this. Piazza Ultra. Love 93 Ultra. And then, so this set, the Piazza in a 10 in this set is like $150 card, if you can believe that. And it's a second year Piazza. I think Chipper's more like 25, 30, but the Piazza's worth a ton for some reason. So this Mint 9 was like $5. It's got the, I've broke a ton of this stuff. I mean, it's almost impossible, guys. The cards just come out with little dents in the corners and the edges. And of course it's black, so it's chipped a lot too. So lots of respect for that set. Heritage, this is the base one of Correa, who's actually really starting to rake. I think he's got like, I think his slash line's like 9 homers, 20 RBIs, and 300 average. And he missed the first 5 games or so. Okay, we've got 3 of these Upper Deck chippers. This is 91 Upper Deck. PSA 10 on those pups. Let's see what else we got brewing down here. Basketball card. So the iconic 86 Fleer. Here's a Magic in a 9. This is a sweet one. Here's the base update Lindor. So right there is what you're looking for. It's like a little star. They call it sparkle, but it looks like a little star. There's your base update. And then here's a neat one. This is the refractor. It's numbered weird to 777, but Arenado refractor. That's 2010. I think it's just Bowman Chrome. I could be wrong on that. I didn't bust any wax in 2010 really. Here's the Rivers 04 tops. That's just the base one. And then a kid that got called up, was it last week? Yeah. He had a couple homers yesterday, but Nick Senzel, he's been a top 15 prospect for a couple of years now, so I don't think a lot of people are shocked by the production. Here's some Griffey Fleers. '89 Fleer Griffey. 9 of them. And then Lindor. This would be Bowman draft paper. I think there's 10 of them. So they were like $1.50 a piece. I mean, you can't beat that. It's a tough set though, guys. There's usually a little white on an edge or a corner, so it's tough to find one perfect. And of course, you got to worry about other aspects of the card. But for $1.50, come on. Alright, this was kind of a cool set, a cool lot. So these atomics are only 1 per box, and there's some decent players in here. Can't remember the price on it, but I think it was less than $1 a card. So if you see a player you want to add to your PC, the majority of these will go in my eBay store, and you'll have a chance to get them either an auction or a variation listing. So Nolan Gorman, and then Mauricio, the Mets' big prospect. So there's some decent players in this one. There's Griffin Canning. Tatis is in here. That's probably like I don't know, $10 card. This whole lot was like $20. This was a steal, I thought. So sometimes you can find some pretty good deals on lots. It just depends on if they fall through the cracks or not. And then here's another Bowman lot. There's Vlad. He's off to a slow start. I like these. You know, every year these come out and they're just cool. It's the Scout's Choice Top 100. So there's like 40 in here. There's Casey Mize. He threw the no-hitter last week. but I think you guys get the gist of them. I actually do try to slab those. If it's the key players, I'll try to slab them. And yeah. Back to football. Upper Deck Vintage Breeze. That's a nice one. This was sold in a lot. It was around $10 shipped, so I thought it was a good deal. Bowman's Best Auto of Holt, and then Bowman's Best Jersey from 99. Here's a Robles Upper Deck Minor League, or sorry, not Upper Deck, Topps Heritage Minor League Blue. That one's numbered to 99, so it's a neat little Robles. And then Griffey. This is the refractor. That's 2005, just the refractor, and a mint 9. We've got this raw card review, and I'll just take scissors and cut at the top and then send it to PSA. That's what I do every time with these. So it says Beckett 9.5, but I've cut out Beckett 9.5s before off cards like this, and there's scratches down the surface, so I don't really know what the deal is with that. It's kind of why I lose respect for them when I see things like that happening. Here's the same card. This one's just raw. So I think this was 30, and the 9.5 was like 45. Gold refractor to 50 from 2017 Topps Chrome. Bonds Fleer. Love the Bonds Fleer. Love the like sky blue look to it. It's just a sweet card, and he's got that cool hat on. Here's another Moncada. So this is a Moncada Mail Day. So this would be like the Bowman Chrome. I'm trying to think if this is like the variation one, because he's in the Red Sox uniform. I think it is. So gold refractor to 50. It's the auto. And then Soto Heritage. That's a cool one. These sit around $20 shipped even, so you can get a pretty good deal on a Soto Heritage. Here's Breeze, Upper Deck MVP. This is a low-end Breeze, but great for collectors on a budget. You can get these for about $10 shipped. Hockey. People are always like, I want more hockey. I'm like, I try. I don't know as much about hockey cards, so I don't want to buy a really expensive one because I don't really know the market as well. That's something I'd have to learn. Stamkos, but I do know this was a decent deal. This is his Young Guns PSA 10 from 2008 Upper Deck. This was in a lot. So you got the Topps Gold, the base, and Topps Total. So some Rivers. Another lot. Wander Franco. And then this is the Scout's Choice. So there's 6 of these. They were about $5 a piece. So these are definitely going to be slab cans. We got a Hank Aaron. This was from a seller with like 10 feedback, and it was in like a buy it now best offer, and I mean it's beat to hell. It was like $15, so oh well. It's like a 1 or a 2. It doesn't look that bad in the picture, but when you get up close to it, it's got a lot going on. Heritage. This is the Chrome one, the 556 Breeze. That's a sweet one. Moncada. This is the Prospect Auto. I think we've seen a couple of these so far. And that one's got the 9 corners as well. Yeah, there's a little. I mean, you can see it with the naked eye. Like that. It's almost enough to where it shouldn't be a gem mint card, but that's just my opinion. And then Topps Chrome Randy Moss in a 10. So this is around $30. That's it, guys. That was the longest been in a while, but we saw a lot of cool slab stuff. I'll get this one uploaded. Let me know what you think.